Hey guys, I have a quick or hopefully quick video for you here today. I've been getting a lot of questions, concerns, interest, emails about the coaching services that I have mentioned in the past and that I've been talking a lot about in kind of this recent history of the last few weeks. My initial intention was to be able to start all that up today and have that going in full swing, but as happens with many things that you plan out in your mind, there are just other details that I have to take care of first before it's really completely viable and before it's ironed out to be the best experience for both the people that I'm working with and for myself. Um, but I think that it's important to, most of those questions anyway, have been concerning rates, price, cost, what the services entail, and kind of an idea of what generally the coaching and the other options will look like. And so my intention for this video at least is to give a very basic broad overview of what we're talking about, and you can consider it as things develop this next week and hopefully have a better understanding of whether it's something you'd be interested in pursuing or whether it's something that maybe later you want to do, or maybe if it's something that just doesn't interest you at all. So first off, I'm going to talk about the actual coaching itself, and basically what's going to happen is through this holiday season I'm looking to take on 4 coaching clients. Once I am back here from home, I can take on more. I'm looking initially up to 10 clients that will be personalized coaching, where week to week I will be working with you, workout to workout. I will be hearing about how your stuff goes. You'll be involved. If you have a Facebook, I'll invite you to a very selective, secret Facebook page with my other coaching clients, up to, again, all 10 of you, and you can kind of discuss things that go on there, and I'll be checking that Facebook page. You can post videos of your progress and having, questions about the program asked, asking questions about the programming answered multiple times daily. I'll be on that a lot, and basically I'm writing a program for you based off of what weaknesses I evaluate in your technique, and a very detailed questionnaire that I'm still finishing up and making sure that it has all the information that I need to get from you to design something that will be effective to reach towards whatever goals it is that you have. I want to make sure that that's what the focus is. This isn't about me picking where I think you should be at. This is about you telling me where you want to go and me trying to help you get there in the most efficient and honestly the best way that I can. Cost and ratings for that is going to be $30 per training week. I've done a lot of research in the last few months and really intensively these last few weeks to try to see what a fair rating would be for a service that's like that. And I feel like that's pretty middle of the road as far as what I'm offering and the amount of hands-on individualization that I will be kind of putting into that. It's going to be a lot of my time. It's going to be most of my time. And I am, as much as I absolutely wish that every single thing that I was doing could be for free, and I could just live for free and that would be how I spend my days, just in reality, rent costs money and food costs money, and I have to ask for something from the service or else it's not viable, and then I have to go and look for other things, and I can't provide the same amount of quality service because my time gets taken up by sustaining my existence, I guess. For people that are either not in that group of 10 or still want a program but aren't necessarily interested in the one-on-one coaching with all those adjustments and kind of the hands-on approach, we go through the same start process for one of those other options, and it will be you send me the video that shows technique, and I can kind of pick apart where the weaknesses are, what we should focus on, what the strengths are, what we should play to, and then you will still answer the very detailed questionnaire, and then you kind of determine how long you'd like the program to be, and I will write you a custom program the same way that I would for the coaching clients. I would write you a custom program based off of your needs and what would best suit you and your goal sets, and that goes the entire span of however long you choose for it to be, except I wouldn't be altering it. I wouldn't be answering questions as frequently. There would be a restricted access, I guess. Think of it like if I'm checking my email for those 10 clients you know, 4 or 5 times a day. I might be checking my email for people that are doing the programming and having questions, you know, once or twice a week, and it would be a lot less hands-on on my part, and that's why the rate's down. The rating and services for that would be $22 for program week. So you tell me how long you want the program to be. Both of these, kind of a minimum of 5 weeks, just because I want to make sure that we have a fair shot at whatever it is, and that I know the person who is approaching me is committed to at least sticking with whatever it is for 5 weeks before kind of doing whatever they choose to do. And I'd say with the hands-off programming, I would cut it off at about 15 weeks, because I don't feel comfortable trying to predict where you will be at that point. And you know, the purpose is for me to kind of do some of that thinking and the planning for you, and I just feel like I need to have it cut off at that point, so that I am not making as many crazy guesses with no context as to where you will be, because I want this service to be good. I want someone to walk away from this experience and say, that was really informative, that was really helpful, and I feel like it was worth my time, worth my effort, worth my money, and worth going through that entire experience. That's my ultimate hope for this. Anytime that we get within the last 4 weeks of a meet, that price will go from 22 to 25, so $3 more a week for that, just because the last couple of weeks leading into a meet are kind of more crucial as far as the programming itself isn't. It just takes a little bit more finesse to make sure that someone can peak appropriately, and you don't want to mess up a really good training block by having a poor meet prep. So that's the little twist there, and that's how that works. Other services that I'm talking about and will be offering, there is a video critique, basically the same thing that starts out those other two programs you send me, up to an 8-minute video of your squat, your bench, your deadlift, any combination of those things, with, you know, I want to see some rep work, and I want to see a couple of heavier single type reps when it comes to each of those cores, so that I can break down and assess where the muscular weaknesses are, where the technical flaws are, and if something is just getting fatigued, I want you to know that it's just because you're tired, not because your technique is intrinsically bad. And where the technique breaks down shows where those muscle imbalances are, and there's a lot you can take away from looking at some different ranges of reps and intensities. So the way that works is, for $18, you can fill that 8-minute video up with whatever combination of those lifts that you want, and I will give you a critical and supportive response that includes where I'm seeing the breakdowns, what I'm seeing wrong, what could be addressed, what needs to be addressed quickly, what would be some secondary thoughts, and kind of the nitpicky stuff, and then also some suggestions for how to implement different things from that information to improve your own training. Maybe some assistance focuses, some auxiliary ideas for things to consider, some cues when you are doing the lift itself that will hopefully help you move towards a better performance of the rep based off of your musculature, your skeletal build, and kind of what your leverages are, and hopefully will lead you to a bigger lift. When I get back from the holiday season, I will also be offering video responses to that for people who are more visual. Instead of just getting a document typed out with all the notes that I would give them, they could have me go out and I would actually record a video showing what I'm seeing wrong, what I would fix, and where the cues that I would suggest for that person, and that would be a $27 charge for that single service. Also, after looking through a lot of different lifters, they do consultations, either phone or like a video consultation. I like that idea. I think that it would be cool because a lot of my viewers, a lot of you, aren't necessarily even watching for the weightlifting aspect. A lot of you are really interested more in my life philosophies and the ways that I deal with different things. And so I also want to offer that opportunity for people who want to do just some consultations about whatever. Skype or Google Chat are the ones that I know about and would be able to safely feel like I could do, with our one rule being that you keep your clothes on, I keep my clothes on, and we keep it appropriate to whatever subject matter you choose to talk about. If you want to talk about school, priorities, life balance, programming itself, like lifting, any of that kind of thing, I want that to be available for you if you guys are interested in doing that. The standards for that would be I'd need to schedule it at least a week out in advance so that I can clear that block of time so that we never run into a thing where I'm having to cancel on people, except for extreme emergency situations, because I want them to be able to count on my being willing and able to do that every single time. And the rates for that, I got these from a couple of the other people who offer them. $30 for a 30-minute consultation, $50 for an hour, and both those would be open for people. And you could do that more than once if you wanted to. And I guess it's just kind of an opportunity for someone to get my undivided, exclusive attention on just figuring out how I would deal with some of their situations, or what some of my interests might be, if that's what you're interested in, or letting me know a little bit about yourself. Those are just kind of the opportunities that come up with that service. I think the last one that I was really considering, at least in the initial phases, would be program critique. If someone sends me a program that they are trying to fit for themselves, whether it's a cookie cutter program or it's something else they're doing, they're saying, well, this is something that maybe I wrote and want to personalize a little bit more. Here are my goals, here are the things that I need to consider. Then I could respond and say, well, it looks good, or maybe you should consider something about your volume or your intensity or your fatigue management, or what your frequency is at, and where your goals are leading, and kind of give them some ideas to help them make a regular program suit them a little bit better. That's a single charge, and that's going to be set at $25 for that. Again, this whole money aspect really does make me super uncomfortable. I want to be upfront with it. I want to be totally above the table about how we're going through it, just because I think ethically, the business aspect of this just really makes me nervous, and I want to make sure that everybody who is interested in these understands that I am coming at it from a place of I really do want to help as much as possible, and I just also have to make sure that it is an appropriate life step for me to be able to commit the amount of time and focus and effort that I'm planning on. Throughout this entire process, I'm going to continue studying for my CSCS. I'm going to continue putting a lot of myself into learning more and more about this, not just from the knowledge that I've gathered over my 15 years of doing it, but also the literature, the scientific backgrounds, and constantly learning more, adjusting more, and hoping that I can grow through coaching, and hoping that the people who I work with can help me learn more about the process too, because there's always more to learn. I do not promise having absolute unwavering knowledge of every single thing that could possibly come up, but what I do offer is the most honest, fullest try that I absolutely have, and I can guarantee that I will do everything in my power and ability to make this process as worth it to you as it will be for me. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it didn't scare all of you off, but I wanted to be upfront and let you guys know kind of where I was heading, what those numbers look like, so that you can consider it if it's something that you're interested in, if it's something that maybe not yet but in the future, or if it's something that that you're just absolutely, it just isn't going to work for you and you want to keep just watching the videos. Please, by all means. I don't want to put any pressure on people. I want the channel will always remain free. I will always have that free content on there, and honestly, I'm just so thankful that you guys are following along and being so supportive in the first place. This is just kind of an opportunity for both of us to go a little bit farther into that. So thank you again. I'll have another training video up very soon. I appreciate you all, and I will talk to you in the next couple of days. Have a great night.